Hey, friends, I just want to talk for a minute about changing the way that we think about relationships, specifically during the holidays, but really all the time because, the holidays maybe make things a little more intense, but essentially it's the same issues, right? So a lot of us are going into this season, some very excited, everything's great. But I'm probably talking to the people that, like me, it's like I'm anticipating this upcoming season to be very difficult. It will be my first holiday season since being divorced, and oftentimes I'm getting kicked up. It's like, right, where's my special Christmas tree? Where's that? Where's it? Just all the feelings that are coming from that. And one of the things that I want to share with you that helps me is that hurt people, right? I mean, if you haven't heard that before, it doesn't take you very long to think about it, to be like, yeah, yeah, whether it's other people or yourself. I mean, I know that I definitely have a tendency to lash out and be a little snippier when, I'm not feeling great, when I'm hungry, angry, lonely, tired. HALT is the acronym there. And it's good to keep in perspective, right? I mean, because sometimes that happens. Like someone rips your head off and you're like, okay, I don't know where that came from. So if you can pause and be like, hurt people, hurt people. Okay, obviously this person is going through an issue. It's not about me. If you're like me, sometimes that works. And then sometimes their hurt touches my hurt, and I am not about to let that happen. You know what I can be a very defensive person. And I know that underneath all that, it's really coming from a place of, worthiness. Like this person, somehow I'm allowing them to threaten my worthiness. And that's ridiculous when I really think about it. So, hurt people, hurt people. The second thing is that some people just don't want to do the work. I don't get it. I don't get it. Some people just want to numb out. Like they just have gotten to a certain place in their life. And I get that. I mean, a lot of people say that comes with age. We get, what is that movie, Grumpy Old Men? We get to where we think we know everything. That's no bueno. I mean, that is, I don't think that's any way to live out the rest of your life. I was just watching a video about a woman that was, she spent her career was with people that are dying, and she's like, their regret is that they weren't true to themselves. Like, just so many people suppressing how they feel, not being able to talk it out. And so much of that is because they don't want to do the work. And I'm not saying that it's fun all the time. It's definitely not. Um, there have been times where I think, oh, I really should work on this one thing, right? And then I go to work on that one aspect, and it's like, man, I got other problems. I've got bigger problems than that one thing that I was worried about, because a lot of times there's foundational problems, and so there's foundational problems for other people, and obviously for us too. A lot of us have, trauma from our past, and sometimes it's not even that long ago, trauma from a couple months ago. But if we are not courageous enough to look at that, we can't grow. And that's part of doing the work. It's part of embracing this idea that life is a classroom, and there's a lot that you can learn. I mean, none of us are getting out of this alive. So we might as well learn all we can. We can't take our stuff with us, but we get to take our souls. We get to take our souls with us. We get to take the person that we've been working on all this time. I've heard C.S. Lewis say something like, this lifetime is our opportunity to shape ourselves into the kind of creatures that God wants to spend eternity with. It's like, whoa, that's heavy. Okay. So, the last thing that I want to share with you is, when in doubt, focus out. Um, I have I got all kinds of emotions. I mean, there are plenty of days where it's just like, oh, and what about this? And what about that? And what do I do about this? And what do I do about that? And when I'm focusing on other people, it's like, man, I am in my zone. It is so obvious that that is a really great state of being for me to be in. It just feels right. I really can't explain it any more than that. And when you're focused on other people, your problems diminish, and it's such a blessing. I'll just give you one little example, is that, so I started ushering at church, And before I was ushering, I was irritated with people that were late. It's like, pretty sure you know what time church starts. Hey, I'm not perfect, right? I'm being honest. Since I started ushering, my job is to help the late people find a chair. I love late people now. Now I'm like, hey, you need to, you need to follow me, right? So it's just, it's so much perspective. I don't know what they've been through that morning. And I just love that. When in doubt, focus out. So those are my three things that I would say to you to help you change. They've helped me to help you change the way that you think about relationships. I'm going to continue to think about these things because I don't think we ever arrive. So hurt people hurt people. Some people just don't want to do the work. And when in doubt, focus out. That's it. Let me know what you think.